dump her before she dumps you. Have you guys ever had the feeling of doing a preemptive strike? When the relationship starts souring, when the girl that you're with starts acting a little funny. We've all had that feeling of making a preemptive strike. You know, you almost feel like your girl's about to break up with you, and you can feel it. She stops acting the same way, starts acting real aggressive, and, everything just, the vibe is off. So you don't want to be, nobody wants to be the one that gets dumped. Everyone wants to be the one that says, oh, I broke up with the other party. Especially if you're a girl. If you're a girl and you get broken up with, it's really humiliating to them. Girls don't like to be rejected, and girls don't like to be, obviously men don't like to be rejected either, but I think it hurts girls more to be rejected. And I think it hurts them a lot more if a guy breaks up with them versus a woman leaving a guy doesn't have as much impact on us, or a woman, rejecting us doesn't have as much impact on us. So whenever the relationship is kind of coming to an end, it's almost like a race to see who can come out on top, right? Who comes out of the ashes of that relationship on top, in a better position, getting into a new relationship, for example, upgrading to a better girl, upgrading to a better guy. These are all things that we have thoughts in our head, even when we're with someone. Should I leave this girl and replace her with a better girl? She's having the same thoughts about you, like women they'll replace you. They will. It happens to every man, and it happens to women too. So I'll tell you a story. When I was younger, I had relationships, and I would never break up with the girl first. And I always ended up getting screwed. And for some reason, I think it's just because I didn't want to be lonely, and I didn't have the balls to walk away. I would instead try to fix a relationship or make it last, which is something a lot of us do. And what would end up happening is, you would just have this hope that things are going to get better, that somehow it's going to heal itself, or you just need to talk more and things will be fine, or you just have to spend more time with them or just understand them better. And so many times that I got broken up with, I immediately regretted not breaking up with the girl first, because I knew that things were kind of getting a little sketchy near the end. That something was basically about to happen. So my last two relationships, I ended them. I did the preemptive strike. I wasn't going to make the same mistake. And both times, the girls held on even harder to me. It was weird, because in the past, I was trying so hard to keep the girl and keep the relationship alive, and that just repelled the girl even more and basically forced her to send that text or to have that talk, that phone call, that basically she's leaving the relationship. But the last couple relationships I had, I left prematurely. I knew that things were getting a bit hairy. And when I walked away, and I was serious about it, I didn't say, oh, I'm going to walk away. I just did it. It just ended up making them pursue me even harder. And they completely changed their demeanor, you know? Like, they just threw themselves at my feet. And that's why I say, if things are starting to get real bad in a relationship, if it's getting to a point where you're not even enjoying it, it's getting to a point where, like I said, things are getting a bit sketchy. You know, you're starting to like lose trust in this person, or this person is just acting real strange. Yeah, go ahead and pull the trigger first. But honestly, when you pull that trigger, you have to accept that she might not come back, you know? That you have to accept that this could be the end of that relationship and nothing more can come of it. Both times that these girls came back, where I did the preemptive strike recently, the past couple of years, I didn't think that they were gonna come back to me, but it just happened. And now, you know, after learning about like female nature and stuff, doing a lot of research, that some girls will push you to break up with them. They'll act real out of hand. They'll become insufferable. And so sometimes it's almost like the girl wants you to break up with her just to see if you'll do it. And that's why I say in the past, I was always trying to make things better. I was always trying to fix things or talk more. And I never wanted to walk away because I had a fear of walking away. And you can't have that fear, guys. And obviously, if you haven't had a lot of relationship experience, I think that fear is going to be really strong. But you have to kind of just experience it and put yourself out there and just accept that not every relationship is going to be happily ever after. Not every relationship is going to be the be all end all. So, and yes, yeah, you have to be prepared to walk away at any time if she's not holding up her end of the bargain, if she's being disrespectful. Don't feel bad. So that's how I saved my current relationship. I'm currently in a relationship, but things were getting a bit weird. Girl was being a bit disrespectful, and I told her that I didn't like that, you know? And she said some rude things, and she was being rude. So I thought about it, and I felt like things were getting a bit sketch. So I texted her, not even a big paragraph. I just said, I'm breaking up with you. This is why. I don't like that you did this. I don't like that you said this. Please don't contact me. Then I blocked her on everything and unfollowed her. And I was like so ready to just move on. You know, I was even making plans of like what I was gonna do and stuff. But eventually she got into contact with me during that day. She was actually like calling me repeatedly, she texted me like paragraphs of text. And yeah, I mean, after that, you know, we're in a better spot. And now we're fine. But I think if I didn't break up with her, I think if I didn't do that, that she probably was going to break up with me. And same thing with my previous relationship. So the last one before this one, I think that, you know, the woman I was with was getting ready to discard me. She was kind of acting strange, and you know, when I just walked away, I blocked her. I told her I don't want to talk anymore. That just made her want me even more. So, and that's a whole other story, what happened with that girl. She ended up, when I broke up with her, I didn't go back to her. I kept her blocked. And she ended up like stalking me for 2 weeks, and she was like calling my phone off of like other people's phone numbers and shit and private numbers. It was a whole fucking... Getting rid of her was not easy. Let me tell you that. Getting rid of her was not easy. So she fought till the very, very last. So I mean, it is what it is, guys. Just don't be afraid to walk away. Don't be afraid to grab your balls and pick yourself up and accept that you could be lonely and you might not have no hoes, you know? But having that scarcity mindset of not having no hoes is what keeps you from having hoes. So part of walking away is part of having an abundance mindset as a man. So leave me a comment. I'm sure you guys have been through something similar before. We all have. You know, we've all had heartbreak, rejections, and have had to have a moment where either we got to walk away or put up with the bullshit, you know, and just hope that this woman treats us better. Yeah. So, yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Go ahead and take care of some business, and I'll be making some more videos. Peace. This is Dark Warrior.